How do I look so cool, calm, and totally casual after assembling this beast of a trampoline by myself in the middle of a hot summer's day, you ask? In this short video, I'm going to let you in on a secret that the Vuly installation videos don't tell you. It may sound a little dry or boring as heck, but I'm going to show you exactly how I unpack the boxes that all the parts come in, to keep you ready and organized for the assembly itself. Vuly completely skips this step in their videos, but what I'm going to show you will save you a lot of incidental effort, which will make the whole process smooth right from the beginning, leaving you plenty of energy for the actual assembly. It will also ensure everything is nice and neat, which for people with cluttered minds, like myself, is quite a gift. But before we begin, my name is Rob, and I run a little trampoline assembly business called Brizzy Tramps out of, you guessed it, Brisbane, Australia. I specialize in Vuly trampolines, and I've been putting together, taking apart, relocating and disposing of these models for years. So, when I tell you that something will make your assembly easier, you better believe it. Because I've learnt these things out of pure necessity to become safer and more efficient at what I do. Today I'm assembling a Vuly Thunder 2, the biggest model they have, the extra large. But the unpacking method I'll show you is the same for every single model. I did promise this was going to be a short video, so let's jump right into it. Now, before we begin, step 0, I guess you'd call it, is to make sure you've got the right equipment. I recommend 3 things. A box cutter with a sharp blade, not that rusty old thing that's been sitting in your garage for 10 years. A pair of cutting shears or regular scissors will do. And, safety first, some gloves. Vuly does provide gloves in their boxes with the instructions, but you have to cut the box open to get to those gloves, so it's good to have your own gloves ready. I have a pair from the hardware store that are not just good for cut protection, they're absolutely necessary for the heat because the metal parts get hot in the sun, and they're good for crush and pinch protection, which is important when handling the frame later. Now, step 1. The boxes are all labelled A, B, C, D, and so on. I like to lay them all out so that the same boxes are in a line together. Or the C's, for example, because there's usually 2 or 3 of those. And I want you to lay them out upside down. The reason becomes clear later. Step 2. Find the biggest box. You don't need to unpack the boxes in order of the alphabet, which I'm sure will hurt you to your soul if you've got OCD, but what we want is the biggest box, and we're going to unpack this dude first, because this box will then become the storage facility for all the waste we're about to generate. Step 3. With your gloves on and the biggest box in front of you, still upside down, grab your box cutter and run 4 cuts along each of the bottom edges. Don't be fancy, it doesn't need to be exactly along the edge or between the lid and the box. Just make sure your cuts are away from your body and limbs, again, safety. Now grab that plastic sheet like it owes you money, pull it off and lay it out on the ground on your side of the box. Step 4. There are 2, segments or tabs of plastic at either of the short ends of the box at the top from your point of view. I want you to grab your shears or scissors and give those a confident snip. This will help loosen the plastic cover for the next part. And while you're at it, lift and cut the 2 plastic straps that hold the box together. Now it's much easier to do these cuts with the shears rather than the box cutter. There's also no chance that you'll cut through the box and damage any parts, and a much lower chance that you'll slip and cut yourself with the box cutter. Step 5. Flip the box over away from you while holding the plastic. Nicely loosened, it will come free of everything as you flip it over. Now place this plastic down on the other flap from step 3 and pull out the straps, putting these with all the other plastic as well. I just said plastic too much. The lid can now be easily shimmied off, and now you have a box for cardboard, the lid, and a box for plastic, the box you've just opened and were about to empty out. Step 6. Start removing the parts of the trampoline, as well as all the dividers and all the other little bits of wrapping and whatnot. Any plastic waste goes on top of the plastic we've already laid out, and any cardboard, put that nice and flat into our cardboard depository, the lid. Step 7. Not so much a step, but something you'll be doing for the rest of the unpacking. With the parts of the trampoline, any sections of frames or legs should be placed in a circle, roughly the shape and position of where the trampoline will be. Have a look at the instructions to see how these should be placed, and then I roughly stick to it. I don't put them exactly where they need to be. I also like to distribute the springs, still in their boxes, around the outside of the circle. And any other parts, I put into a nice group out of the sun as much as I can. So if there's a tree or a shed or something nearby, I like to put those in there. Step 8. Once you've finished emptying out this first big box, we now have somewhere to put all the plastic. So with the neat pile of plastic we've just been creating, I want you to roll that up nice and tight and put that into the box. Step 9. Repeat everything we've just done, but now for each emptied box, all you want to do is flatten out those boxes and put those into our cardboard receptacle. And that's pretty much it. You'll end up with one box filled with plastic that you can easily dump separately either into your own bin at home or down at the tip, and you'll have one box filled with flattened out cardboard, which again you can put into your recycling or you can take down to the dump and put that into the cardboard recycling. But the most important aspect of this is that you're not going to be wading through plastic and cardboard trying to find where the different parts are. It's all going to be separated out where things need to be, and it's going to make things so smooth for you, I promise. And now, all you have to do is assemble the actual trampoline. I have a list of other videos that I'm going to make to give you more tips and hints for how I, as a professional installer, assemble these different models, because there are still things that I think the Vuly instruction videos skim over, or they make some parts of the installation look a lot easier than they really are, which I'll go into detail and actually show how it needs to be done by a regular human being. So have a look through my channel and see if there are relevant videos for your model that you're about to assemble. But if you've made it this far, thank you so much for sticking with this ramble of random video clips and weird filming styles and fun edits that I've done. And I'll see you soon. Bye.